Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Open Source Labs. We are getting into some fun stuff here. We're talking about Fedora, Linux. We're talking about gaming, streaming, OBS Studio, high performance laptops, PCs for public developers. And this is just some fun stuff we're getting into here. So, been tidying up to do, some house cleaning. Let me just go ahead and share my screen with you. I get started here. You're learning along with me. So initially, I attempted 4 streams at once. I need to press the network cable, but we're going out to YouTube and Twitch. I was trying to do the YouTube vertical. I was having some issue there, but check this out. We got the YouTube stream and Twitch stream. The players reloading. I initially did a stream and restarted it. It was looking like the Twitch was not going. I was trying to stream the Facebook to all 4. I'll worry about that later. I'm trying to do too much at once and cause you some problems. But it looks like I got a vertical format here automatically. I was wanting to control it. I want to control my vertical. So yeah, they have this new feature, dual stream, and check this out. So streaming both horizontal and vertical allows creators to go live in both horizontal and vertical formats at the same time. Turning on the setting creates a vertical crop of the horizontal stream that shows up in the shorts feed. Yeah, that's cool. But vertical crop, you create a vertical crop. Well, I was trying to control my vertical crop myself. I have this whole setup here for my vertical format, but still having issues with that. I'm going to try to work that out a little later. The important thing is that we're streaming looks like reliably on YouTube and Twitch. So it's cool for now. I mean, it's doing it. It's just, well, it's really behind too. So we're going. We're live there. We live, baby. Yeah, thanks for joining me this Christmas Eve. I think what I can give myself for Christmas, my own Christmas gift, is my own gift. I'll show you in a moment. But pretty cool. Got everything up and running here. Kind of trying to leave off from my last video. I was doing a Fedora Linux, just a beautiful operating system, beautiful desktop, somewhat reliable, some issues there from the last video, power issues, audio issues. As you can see, I've fixed my Pro audio, and from what I can tell on my end, this sounds pretty good. That was a potential deal breaker. That was almost a deal breaker. If you watch my last video, it was clipping out. I couldn't use my audio interface on Linux, and my prediction was correct. Remember, I said, well, I'll bet you if I boot into Windows and install a driver, then it won't clip out, and it didn't. So I took a screenshot. There's actually a little utility on in the driver And yeah, I read a little bit about buffer size. I didn't think it was going to be an issue, but here in Windows, I know this is 512 by default. I was wondering what the safe mode is too. I did a brief search, something with the ASIO. It like makes variable buffer, I think, like a safety zone. So I just kept that in the back of my mind. I said, hey, is that something I can set in Linux? How do I do that? In Pipewire. So, booted back in, and um, I just kind of figured this out on my own. And plus, I was like, man, that buffer size, all I can do is change it and see if it freaks. So in Pipewire, what you do is this command here, out the settings. So I think in Linux here in Fedora's at least, it defaults to 1024. And what I did was I used this command here to clock dot force quantum down to 512, and I guess this forces the buffer size down to 512. Yeah, look at my cursor, how it, I don't know if that's intentional, if that's a KDE feature, but I think there's a bug with the cursor and hovering over different windows and things, and sometimes the cursor icon doesn't change. Yeah, look at that. Like, why did that happen? Weird. But that's not going to keep me from just something to look out. I might want to address if I keep this as the daily driver. But yeah, amazingly, so I did this. Open up OBS Studio and beautiful sounding great. So then I was like, well, I need to make this change permanent, and I read up about how to do that. Put some configuration in. So I was having trouble getting it to stay permanent. So I would set the quantum value to 512, and then I would open up OBS Studio, and then it was still clipping out. So I need to figure out how to make this change permanent so that on every boot I don't have to type in this setting. I think I can take a config file from user share somewhere and put it in the profile and make this. I just got to mess around with it. But for now, I can put in that command. It's a workaround for now. So I'm happy with that. What else? But there's a lot more. I got Steam installed. Remember, I was having an issue with Steam. I'm not going to open it right now. That's what I'm going to get into here. Remember on my last video, I opened up SuperTuxKart while I was streaming on OBS, and it crashed. So it's really fragile. And on Windows 2, if you're doing a bunch of experimentation and stuff on Windows, changing configs, system-wide, so setting OBS might crash on you too. But it's really fragile in Fedora. I'm using the official Fedora repo version of OBS Studio. I like it. I might try out the Flatpak, but right now it's working. All the plugins are working. I think I have like 11 or 12 plugins, basic stuff, and everything seems to be working well. Knock on wood. All right, so I showed you that. But so much more. I was thinking, well, I don't feel that I can properly demonstrate this stuff, games, opening up large software, while I'm streaming OBS and risk it crashing. I'm afraid to even go in and change some settings if I need to, only if I have to, while I'm streaming. in OBS. It's just a fickle beast. So let's check out here on what's going on. Everybody's quiet on Christmas Eve. Thank you for joining us on Christmas Eve. It is almost Christmas. It is 30 minutes until Christmas. So, yeah, I was like, well, I don't feel I can properly demonstrate this, and I want to. So, I need another system that is dedicated to running OBS. And see what got here, as you probably saw from my prior video. So I have these ASUS Republic of Gamers laptops, and I am a fan. This is just a beast, my daily driver beast. It's old. It's from like, I think I bought it in 2014. It has NVIDIA graphics, GTX. It has Thunderbolt port for. I do have this external graphics system. I need a graphics card. I haven't tried it, anything like that. I have a feeling that would be an issue on Linux. But so check this out. I got this other one. I got another one. This one's a little bit newer. Also has NVIDIA GTX. And I've had this for several years. This one I got used a good deal. I got a good deal on it. But I've always used it as a secondary laptop. Nothing serious. I'll show you what's going on here. So it's the screen. See that? So the screen clips off here, and it comes and goes. Sometimes when I first got it, like it would only sometimes do this, and it seems like it's gotten to where it's always like this from now. Like it's usable, you know. And if I can remember my password, jeez, it's gonna lock me out. There we go. So it's usable. I can't get to like the system tray, and yeah, I can plug in external monitor. I've done that before. I let my nephews play Fortnite on this for quite a while on an external monitor. What I think the issue is a loose display cable. That's what I'm thinking it is. Hopefully that's what it is. Never had it open. I think it has been opened. I think somebody opened it before. We'll explore that in a bit. But, yeah, let's crack this baby open and take a look. While it's open, I might do the thermal repaste. I might check out the condition. I just feel it would be irresponsible of me if I did not address that while I had it open. So, yeah, baby. If you're interested in checking it out with me, stay tuned. So I'm gonna shut her down here. And oh my god, it's gonna make me update. No way. Do you mind if I use my computer? Oh my god, what if it took hours here? I'm gonna show you. This is bullshit, man. See, this is why I use Linux. This is why I'm switching to Linux, man. No way. I know there's commands, I can do. So yeah, it's gonna. But my default, I go in. Oh, I want to shut down. I got to do something. We got to shut you down. Nope. The only option is update and shut down. Need to sleep at sign out. Man, what is that command? I might have to. Research that. But man, what BS. Yeah, let's do it real quick. Check it out with me. Because I'm not gonna wait. It could be one of those 2 hour long updates, even on a high performance machine. It's not. I don't feel like messing with that. This is about to get Linux put on it. This is what's about to happen. I think I might still do a dual boot. I got to do it differently than I did this one. I call La Fonda. So La Fonda has two SATA drives in my boot separately. This one, I think I'm gonna name it Nero. Only has a single eMMC drive, so I'm gonna have to dual boot on the same drive because I want to keep Windows around for just a little bit longer. When it might need to go in, I might have to end up playing Fortnite or something on it. Until they make TPM requirement someday. So yeah, Windows 10 shut down without update. Here, it's a top search. So we can do the I'm a command line guy. You probably figured out by now. We might go that route. Shut down P. So this is all F4 shortcut. On Linux, you can just say shut down now. Boom. And from the start menu, you can just shut down anytime you're in control. And I manually do my updates. Thank you very much. So I think I've done the shutdown ST0 before. I didn't know what shutdown P. What does that do? Anyway, let's open up command here. Oh, the shortcut? Oh, I got one right there. We're going to do shut down. You do this with me. Let's see if this works. So I've got ST and 0. Here we go. Shutting down. Shutting down. All right. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to resort to the command. Oh, look, it's updating anyway. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me at all. Oh, we're going to do it anyway. Well, I guess we have to wait on updates during a live stream. Son of a man. It's Christmas. Who cares? That's right, because I think it's shut down anyway already. So, moving on. How are we doing on the stream? Looking good, looking good. The way the YouTube one's set behind. Check this out. Like the YouTube, it's like at the very beginning. So we got the dual stream. Let's see if we can go all the way up to the end. Does it do that? Okay. Yeah. Some weird quirks and stuff. It's more like it. But this one, ooh, look at this one stuck behind. You can also, this one also has its own control. Nice. Wonder if they move, if the AI move, if it shifts it in. You will see. It's going to be interesting to see. Yeah. We're on here. All right. So, trying to move on with this Fedora stuff, Fedora demonstration. I need a dedicated OBS system so that I can properly demonstrate this stuff. We're going to come back and revisit the software. I'm more of a software guy. Sometimes you gotta stop and work on the hardware because the hardware is what runs it. So we're gonna take a look at this thing and see what's going on with it, baby. So let's roll on over. One more item of business I gotta take care of. So I got the headset on today, and this is for mobility. So you have to switch over to this mic. It's a crummy mic, I think. It's a nice headset, but as you're gonna see in a moment, the audio on it is lacking. How am I doing out there? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? I'm just gonna trust it going. I'm just gonna trust it. But what you can do in OBS Studio um, is come over here. I'm gonna take this monitor and I'll put on my headset. Now I can hear myself. Um, I was also experiencing some popping and cracking on this. I'm hearing it now. I don't know what else. I think there's an issue on Fedora and Linux with this headset. I wonder if I should tweak that buffer size some more. I'm gonna have to turn that on. Man, that's bad. I'm not happy with the audio. This is the higher end headset, the Blue Parrot. Um, I'm just not happy. It has noise canceling mics. That's nice. For like gaming. It's good for like, well, what it's for, what I originally got it for was corporate, uh, working in a data center and having to speak with other teams in another state frequently. And so this is more of like a telephone headset, is why I got it originally, but it has turned out to be like a really good gaming headset or just listening to music uh, if you don't need it. Um, and but as far as like uh, audio and higher end recording, I think that's where it comes short. But I, it's completely wireless and it's comfortable. Um, so yeah, we're bringing that for now. So without further ado, let's head on over to the workbench and look at this thing. After I do one last check here. So head on over to the workbench here. So, what I like about this laptop, it's light and it's thin. Check this out. It's really thin. That's like the gimmick on it. It's really thin. It's lighter than the uh, is it a G750 is what my other system is over there. LaFonda. It's a beast, but I like it. It's large display. This one's larger. Um, so lighter, thinner, but there's no. I think because of the thinness, um, some of the things about the thinness is that I don't even think there's any room. Even if you wanted to add a network port here, it's not big enough. So there's no network port. That's a bummer for me. And doing something like this, it's a bummer. I do have some external, some USB. I have some USB adapters that I can use for it. Is what I've used before on it with gaming, but no problems. It's just kind of convenient. Another thing that you're getting with the small screen, thin profile, this is the display just seems like it's really thin and really flimsy and could probably easily get damaged. And I have a feeling it looks like someone has been into this thing before. I can tell. Um, I think either the screen has been replaced, or it could have been a hardcore gamer that always just automatically repastes their heat sinks on. But I don't know. It looks a little sloppy when they were getting into it. I see here. Or maybe we're trying it open. There's some scratches on these Torque T5. Good luck. Can you believe I actually had a Torque T5, very tiny Torque screws here because I had to go out and raid my mechanics tool set, and I had some because I was working on something on a car, and I needed to go get this tool set. I needed something. It's in something small. It was like a computer or something I was working on. But yeah, I wouldn't have to raid my um, tools, automotive tools for that, but I found one. Um, Another thing that's kind of cool about this, so it has when you try to flip it open, the bottom pops up for it as an air vent. See that? So at first I thought it was kind of strange and winky, but um, you know, my other system over there has huge ports and it's kind of loud and it's thicker. But I don't mind the thickness. This is still large for a laptop. It's thin, yeah, but um, is that what matters? So, I don't know. Um, so let's take a look at this. So let me go to oh, that's tight. I don't want to strap on, man. Somebody has over tightened these. I hope, I hope these torques aren't over tightened or anything crazy. We're stripped. It kind of looks like somebody was sloppy with them. Okay, got that. So I've got these 4 screws here. This is magnetic. It's not magnetic. So let's see, I'm gonna keep track of these right here. Because I mean this I really would like to have another reliable streaming system. And then what I can do if I want to demonstrate things on the main laptop, I can share the screen over using NDI or a capture card or something. And why have this sitting around? I'm just discouraged from using it. Yeah, I can put in another monitor, but like, I want to be able to use this thing like as is and take it with me, be able to use it reliably without having a display issue, not being able to get through the system tray. Supposedly this thing just kind of like slides. Yeah, this is inconvenient. Okay, so I think I'm making some headway here. We go with that. Take a look at see what we got going on. Nice access to the fans here. I'm gonna work on cleaning those out. I'm just really curious. I'm gonna have to stop and take a moment and check, make sure my audio is coming through and everything. Just had any lag on that. So hello, check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. Yeah, I think I'm getting the clipping. Yeah, I'm getting the clipping. It's a bummer. I'm gonna have to check into that. I want to be able to use this headset sometimes. I have a lapel mic. I don't know how reliable that is, but um, maybe we can try that out at some point. So let's take a look at what we got here. Access to the fans. I don't think that. Ooh, maybe you can go like take the cover off and clean them like right here without taking this off. It's kind of, but there's no access to anything else. Like no to the drive to memory until we take our Torch D5. Alright, so let's just begin taking these off. So I see these along the side and these in the center. Yeah, almost 100% sure someone has been in here before. Yeah, they just look, a couple of them look like off. So I'm just going to go for it one at a time. What you can do one, it's oh yeah, hey guys, forgot. Let's listen to some music, baby. Let's get it kicking. It is Christmas Eve. Ooh, 6 minutes till Christmas. 6 minutes till Christmas. So Merry Christmas, y'all. Merry Christmas. We're gonna listen to some copyright-free music here. So I'm thinking that in Twitch, I'm going to take advantage of that multi-track feature on OBS Studio to listen to copyright music on a separate track on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to have to figure that out, try that out. Even better than that, but like 2,000.
I guess maybe it keeps people. I don't know. We got 3 up here. But from what I can see, this thing is relatively easy to open this thing up, other than just all these screws. Yeah, look at this tiny little bit. Not much. Look at that all big. That looks like everything. Oh yeah, this other video this guy took. Oh, he took something and sort of like I don't even know what it is. But he even come on. That could be a huge problem. Like why Alright, we're gonna hold on to that and see. We're gonna have to address that. Oh, you're supposed to be able to just then pull this up, start playing it off. Maybe I can start at the point where it looks like someone done it before. Is that Christmas yet? Ooh, 1 minute. 1 minute till Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. I think you just gotta work your way around it. Once you get started. Yeah. say it's supposed to be able to open from the other end, and I think it's easier to get the ribbon cables from that angle. Flipping it up this way. Oh boy, look at that. Oh, would ya look at that. So here's the display, where the display goes into the motherboard, which is what I think the problem is. Hopefully someone didn't damage it. I'm gonna reseat it, and see. But while I'm in here, man, should I even bother? I wouldn't even have to take these ribbon cables off. If should I even bother checking out the thermal paste under the heatsink? And sometimes I subscribe to the idea if any broken, fix it. But this feels like it would be irresponsible of me while I have that. There is some dust on the fans. I can just edit it there. Maybe brush it a little bit from what I can access. I do know this laptop isn't necessarily loud. Like it's working at hard, like my original one now, but my original laptop over there that's streaming. I do want to repaste that. I have had it apart once recently, and I didn't have the stuff to do it then, but yeah, it gets loud sometimes. I really need to talk about trying to fix the heating. So what do we do? Do I want to even get into all that? Oh, that might be it. Maybe I need to stop that. So, I might not even bother. So I'm gonna have to take out these filters from it's just a mess, Just a mess. Should I do a poll? Is anyone even watching? Maybe we should do a poll. I don't want to give this guy any attention, but like what you look like. I do want to check this out with me. Oh yeah, it looks better. Undisputed Intel spammed GPU stream view.com. But yeah, that's a cool feature of the streaming. So I got spam rooms on the side. And there's this player really strong. I guess I'll show you one demo. But it looks like it's still on. It's still going. Oh yeah, there's the spam that was in Twitch. It looks like YouTube. You see how do we? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking. Okay, patience, I'll be right back. So, man, I'm kind of thinking. I have some paste. I even have some ads, just in case. I won't go there. I don't think it's giving me a heating issue, performance issue. Sometimes if it ain't it's just a mess. It's just there's a lot of cleaning up to do, and I just don't know what I'm going to do with that right now. I just air off these fans. Don't you think I'm going to hit a cover? Don't take the covers off the fans. That's interesting. I'll be able to do that. So probably here would be a hot spot. There would be a hot spot on the CPU. So, I mean, the real primary reason why I'm take this off. Should I? I'm going to take this keyboard off. There we go. So let me keep it stuck on something. Can I just gently set it down like that? Alright, so here is, I think what the issue is here. It almost kind of looks like it's been off. Also, there is, it's kind of wrapped around this tab here. I wonder if it's damaged. So, it could be damaged. But I'm thinking I can just reconnect this here. If I take this off and then reconnect it from, there's a couple guys, there was a really good video I think I did. But they weren't real clear in this part of the disassembly. So there's like a little tape here, tape stuff. I might need more light. Let me do that for a minute. And kind of gently pull this up and take a look at what kind of connector we're even working with here. So it kind of looks like same kind of deal, ribbon cable with the keyboard stuff. Does it have a thing that flips, or does it just come on out? That's just a strange connector there. See a little piece of tape here. The things they'll do to make this thing so thin. It's not as amazing as like a phone, but it's still kind of amazing. What makes the others make it so thin? So this is just pulling. So just pulling it. I was kind of looking for like a thing that flipped up, like on the keyboard. From cables. Things just flip up. Alright, let me just pull on this. It doesn't look like there's like a user serviceable thing that flips up. If anything, this would slide back here. And I don't think it's, I think it, honestly, I'm starting to think it just, you just snug it in there. You just push it in there. See, it won't come out. What am I getting myself into here? Yeah, and this thing just won't come up anymore unless I damage it. So, just keep pulling here. Honestly, it just looks like it. There we go. Yeah, it just pushes up in there. There we go. So, we got it out. Don't really see any physical damage or anything, but it's kind of fragile looking. So let's just unwrap this a little bit. Take a look at the condition of this cable. Because yeah, there's a lot of pressure been put on this cable. This might be what the problem is. The cables are damaged from the forces. I don't know if that is clear. It's kind of kinked. Yeah, and yeah, there's an outward protection cable, but it looks like just a lot of force has been put on that. I can show or this camera can focus. I turn off autofocus on this camera because it was constantly refocusing. It was a pain. It was unusable. But I'm thinking this could be what the issue is. There's some cables under here that's damaged. I don't know how repairable they are, how small they are, how many are in there. I mean, there's a lot of data coming through this thing, coming from the connector. So I wonder if there's replacements available. So these are all questions that I need to ponder. So I'm just kind of putting that out there. So I think I'm just gonna take a gamble and assume that maybe the connector needs pushed back in. Sometimes like memory, you have to like reset. While this is off, I'm gonna reset that memory. Sometimes they call it chip creep. Or you need to reset the memory. Sometimes it's just in there so old and corrosion happens and there's just not a good connection. I'm just gonna um, see if that helps you. And then I think I'm gonna, what I did with the other laptop was I just um, kept it apart and plugged it in and boot it up and seen that when I was um, It all started, it's a long story, it all started with the Fedora and the power issue that I talked about in my last video. Me thinking that could be overheating, and I took it apart to like make sure it was clean and stuff, and I should have repasted and stuff. I didn't have it though. Right, I'm gonna do it soon. I might do a video. Um, so yeah, I just plugged it in and made sure like the fans were working on and stuff before I put put it back together. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna put some more tape around that, kind of protect it. Some enough tape. Should have tape. Electrical tape. It's getting hot in here. So here I'm just gonna put some more protection around that and um, put it back on, feed it, plug it in, and check the display. And I think I did read somewhere a long time ago too about on this particular laptop and this cable getting taking a lot of abuse, and I think that's what the problem was. I mean, it's almost a smoking gun. Um, so, and should I clean it? I mean, I don't think it would hurt. Get some alcohol. Just to make sure the tape sticks well. Just feel like it's a little, not greasy, but like gluey. Alright, so I got some alcohol, and I'm just gonna clean around this cable. Oh, it's blocked by the camera. So what I'm doing is just cleaning around that. If I get really, like, I'm really thinking there's some pitch cables in here. Um, that's what the problem is. So I'm gonna have to do some research and see if can just get a replacement, or if somebody has. Maybe I can just buy a whole screen with the cables from somebody on eBay. I mean, it's worth saving. I wish I had RTX. It has GTX, but still, um, spectacular laptop. I really like how the trackpad is just right here. It's just really comfortable. It's just right here on the end. It's a comfortable spot for it. They do away with the numpad because they put this. Oh, there's a feature you can turn it on like it lights up, and there's like a touch numpad on here. Um, I don't know how useful. I like to feel if I'm coding when I'm programming and when I'm coding. If I'm coding a lot, then I need numpads over here. But if I'm doing a lot of coding, I have an external keyboard. I'd like a nice keyboard for that. If I'm doing a lot of coding, I'm not um, coding right now. I'm not like in a role where I code a lot. Um, I may go back to that. I don't know. So yeah, it kind of wraps around these like um. Let me see if I can. I don't feel like going over to switch cameras, but yeah, it awkwardly wraps around like this peg, and then it goes around that tab and back out, and I think it is just damaged and pinched. Some cables in it is probably tiny. I mean, they probably a bunch of tiny little cables in there. I don't even know if I have equipment to do that or if I'd be able to see it. If I get desperate, I might have to go down that route. I might have to take the whole screen off to get like better access and to make sure there's no other damage back up in here. So for now, I'm just gonna give it a layer. Um, should I even bother with that? I mean, I should just reseat it in, plug it in, and test it and see if like me wiggling them around and reseating it helps it. But I no, if I have to put it back together, um, I'm gonna want to do this anyway, and I'm gonna put it back together. Uh, so let's see. I also kind of want to be able to wiggle it around. Let me just hold off on that. Let me reseat this. I'm thinking that reseat that connector in there, plugging it in, and going from there. That will tell me. And then it'll tell me if I need to keep going with this. But then I'm still going to put the tape around it. But just out of curiosity, so I'm going to put some air on this. I think I have a little bit of air in here. I really didn't want to run the compressor because relatives is late. But I am going to plug this out a little bit. Let's see if I can get it in view here. Like my image is right over the important part of the video. So I'm going to just plug these connectors out. Um, wouldn't hurt when I get the hose out to hit these fans. I don't think that does any good. I think I ran some air through this thing at some point. And I think I'm low on air too. Not even that dirty. I mean, they got stuff. One of them I would have to brush off. Oh, I like a layer. I mean, that's something I would really need to take this thing off and apart is what I really should be doing. But I mean, why bother with that if I can't get this display right? I mean, it's always been sitting. I haven't been using it that much. Like if I can't use this laptop as it is, I haven't needed it. But now I kind of need. I kind of need it. Um. So yeah, this display is what the. I should really just take this thing off. I'm gonna break it. It's kind of a pain to get these ribbon things back in. It's kind of why I'm hesitant to do that. Well, let me reset this memory while I have access. So it's got a Samsung chip in here. What's it got? I don't even know how much memory it has. Probably 16. 8? 8 kidding. 8 gigabytes. Oh, I think it's 16. That's why I bought it. Honestly, yeah, it wasn't for gaming. At the time, it was like one of the few laptops that supported like either 16 or 32 gigs of memory. And I wanted to run like a lot of virtual machines on it. I was working at a data center and having to like test different OSs and stuff, enterprise stuff. I need a bunch of memory to run virtual machines. Um, so now I do some multimedia and streaming stuff, and they're really good for that. So, man, I was thinking I had like at least 16 gigs of memory. So I think this just slides back in there. I almost need magnifying glass. I need to order me one. This kind of work. Man, this is just crazy. It's like, yeah, what's that? It's like this little rubber pad thing. I think that's the power button. Yeah, so that's how I can turn it on in a minute. You know, so this thing just quite, it almost looks damaged or uneven or something, but maybe, you know, maybe. I guess I think someone's been in here before. I don't know why. Maybe it's the screen. But yeah, I'm not even wrapping this thing around like it was. I'm just wanting to see if the display will work after this is plugged in. Really, really awkward. So do I just push in? I don't think I had it. Oh, I had it. Yeah, and you can kind of feel it clip. And this side isn't in wrong way. Maybe that's what this tag is for. Yeah, to kind of like pull it on there. Okay. Okay, that's why it's on there so tight. So I think that's back in there. Alright, let's just give it a go. So should I, okay, take a poll. Should I bring the cable over here or should I take this over to the cable? Can you even see the screen from this angle? So let's see, there's the power button right there. Yeah, and the batteries in these things, it's dead. This one's dead too, like my other one in my previous video, but this one looks like a little bit easier to access. Oh, what do we have here? No, maybe not. I was going to say missing screws, but I think this is from the screws on the underside that come up into here. I was going to say maybe someone's replaced the battery in these things. That is not an uncommon issue. And I should have unplugged it first before I did all this. Really should have. But this one has like a weird connector too, it looks like. Man. But yeah, it shouldn't be putting out new juice, but just to be safe, I should have. Sometimes you can revive the battery. I was reading in some of the forums by unplugging them. That's another reason why I took the Fonda apart was because I was trying to see if I could kick that battery back in. But that didn't work. Also, some people were saying like if you want to upgrade, I could not update to the latest BIOS version. Like there's the last one that was made. And because of the battery, it's a protection issue so that while the BIOS is updating, in case there's a power failure or your cable gets unplugged, it might um, brick the laptop. But I found that there's a cheat key in one of the forms. It's like an F key or something when you're in the BIOS and you want to flash it with the file. You can push like some kind of F key, like F7, 8, 9, 10 or something, and like then the menu pops up and says, "Are you sure?" You can bypass. So I was finally able to put like the last BIOS on it they made for it. But yeah, I was considering it. Some people were saying if you unplug the battery and boot it up, then it doesn't suck the battery, and it thinks it's like a regular like PC. Um, and then you can update it that way. But I didn't have to do that. And I wonder why this is the part if I should unplug that battery and see if it kick back in life. Batteries aren't a huge deal to me, but it would be kind of nice if I could like if I could I'm like midstream and want to go somewhere or like in a car and stream like multi-stream like that would be cool. To have like a mobile streaming rig, a truly mobile one if the battery was working. Um, well, how difficult is it? Man, this looks like an awkward another got like a connector here for this battery. I think you have to actually take the battery out, but there's only a couple screws. I think. Should I even bother? I see three screws, three Phillips heads. Oh, it looks like maybe somebody's had the battery out. I can just see some marks on the screw. Maybe somebody's had the battery out. Maybe that's why they were in here. But yeah, I think I saw in the video where the guy actually was taking the battery out before he disconnected it. But why can't you let me disconnect the battery while it's still in there? Come on. Yeah, I'm not even gonna mount that right now either. I have a feeling that I don't think this battery would come back to life either. They are they they're like permanently when they go bad or whatever. There's internal circuitry in there that basically bricks them. Um, and there's a thing with the power. You can like some of the forums try to kickstart this battery. So you like unplug the power cable and then you hold the power button for like 30 or 45 seconds. And I think I've tried that on this one too, and it didn't do anything. But I think it's like a CMOS reset or something. But anyway, so let's it'd be nice to have a battery, but I don't. Maybe if I take all this off and want to tackle this, I might disconnect the battery too. But like I said, the battery isn't a deal maker for me. It's a nice to have, especially running Fedora on these with the power issues, as in my previous video, and like the graphics chip going in like into a mode or something where the OS fix server can't use it, and I think he uses internal graphics. I think that's what's going on. So I got that in there. So I'm real curious to see if um screen. Man, I have a prediction. I think the screen's gonna work just fine, or it could be completely dead, the whole screen, and I messed up. We're gonna see. Take a quick look here. Viewership. Anybody want to join me on Christmas? Nobody wants to join me on Christmas. So I've been going over an hour, approaching an hour and a half. So I think I'm gonna get this cable to reach over there. That's kind of really what I want to do because I don't know, should I just bring the laptop over here? Man, I take a lot of time routing these cables and stuff. Hey, let's just do that. Let's just carefully take this over here and plug it in, plug it in. We have to leave this offset. I'll show you what I'm doing here in a moment. Let's do this. Come over here. Let's get camera stream going. Alright, so I'm back over here and we're going to plug this in. And I hate it on these ASUS's. This one will probably do it too. They come on as soon as you plug the power in. There is a setting in the CMOS, but it's only for when you open the lid, and it doesn't. It still comes on like when you So watch it probably come on as soon as I plug it in. I saw light somewhere, I think. Yep, I think it's coming on. Oh my god, do I not have screen at all? I might have completely broken it. Wow. There we go. And it's still, so at least we got screen, but it's still like messed up flickering here. So interesting. Freaking Windows, man. Someone update while we're doing it. Like, really, really, not now. You want to update? So, so basically, nothing has changed. It's basically as if I did nothing. So, I wonder if I have access to, if I can just like wiggle this cable around, because like when it's flickering, like sometimes you can do things like open, close it. I think the pressure on this thing, like when you wiggle around, mess around with it, opening, closing, it can change, like it changes color and stuff at least, so you can tell like some wiggling around, like to where like there's damage to that, the outside kind of some damage. I wouldn't say damage per se, but I mean, so I'm just kind of like wiggling around and nothing. I'm being risky, and I'm really, yeah, I'm taking risks here by messing with this. Oh, door changed, but sometimes it just flickers randomly. It's more internal to the screen. Oh, yeah. See, ooh. So, yeah. So the screen did kind of like flicker a little bit different when I was wiggling around up in here. So I think I know what. Okay, see, we're kind of like messing around, but so it's almost seeming like it's up in here or further into the screen. Man, should I dive into that issue? So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do some research and see if there's a cable available. I think I did some brief research on that. I think there was some on eBay or AliExpress or some Chinese. I didn't know if it. So I would like to get this thing fixed and with the reliable screen, and then do the Fedora and do. I think I'm gonna reinstall Windows from scratch because it only has a single drive and no space for a second one. So I think it's a terabyte. I'm gonna put like half and half, or I don't know. That's another Linux issue. It's like traditionally with Linux, you've always had to really think about your partition layout because if you have root or a different partition, in your home directory, and if your root fills up your system. If you mess up and don't put it up there, then you then have to reinstall after you have this system and everything on it, and it's been a pain. But with the new file system, Better FS, um, I think it basically takes care of that issue, and that's so cool. It's always been an issue for me with Linux. Was my partitions, uh, and I've sit and thought and brainstormed of how much I need for each, and the layout and space has always been an issue. But with the terabyte drive and the new Better FS, it's no longer an issue. And that's so cool too. At least so far, from what I can tell, it seems like it's all virtually in one drive. Um, but um, I really like that about the new Butter FS. So yeah, my game plan is I don't even want to start disassembling the screen if it's going to turn out that I just need a new cable. If I can get a new cable for cheap or something, then I'm going to get the new cable, and then later on I will take a deeper dive into this thing, disassemble, take the screen off entirely, and just as if I were reinstalling that cable. Because I really think that there's nothing wrong with the screen. I think the screen's fine. I think it's a cable issue. It seems like um, it's kind of like the direction I've been pointed to from forums and stuff. Um, because it comes and goes. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it works fine, but anymore mostly has the mess up there. Or I could just see if I can get the whole new screen and the cable. So I don't think it might not necessarily be new, but I don't care. If I can find one on eBay or something, I ain't gonna spend a lot for one. So I'm gonna look into that. In the meantime, I would still like to be able to um, play around with this on the software end. I might even go ahead and start the Windows installation and the Linux installation. It's just going to be a pain trying to work with it like that. So yeah, for now I'm just gonna seal it back up, put it back up, button it back up, and see what I can get parts, see what the availability is, and look more into that. I'm gonna put the protective tape around. I'm gonna put some more tape around the outside of that just to keep it from digging in further around those metal tabs and pegs. I think it's from basically opening and closing the lid so many times. So yeah, um, I'm thinking just see how it just randomly flickers. See, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you catch that? So I'm sitting here wiggling, and I'm like, well, is it because of what I'm doing here, or is it just random? I poked and prodded around, and I haven't been able to really affect it that much. If anybody has any suggestions or comments, feel free. Other than spam, take a look at here. We're doing viewership. Alright, so yeah, I think we'll just follow that game plan. I'll go back up, watch Windows gonna want me to update. Like my PC is taken apart here. It's not available for updates. It's like taken apart, and we don't have time to fool with updates. It's just so that's just one of the things, man. One of the beauties about this whole project and Fedora and Linux is that you have full control of your PC. It's not doing all this nonsense in the background. It's not spamming you with ads, putting weird stuff, inconvenient stuff in your start menu, and it's a big complaint with Windows 11. You can sit and like when it's idle like this, like the hard drive light, it just stays quiet. Like it's not doing all this crazy stuff and spying stuff in the background. Windows, it seems like it's always going, always doing something, using your resources, always that hard drive activity light is just always flickering in at random times. What I can say is that it does the sleep well. It goes to sleep and it comes back reliably, and I haven't been able to do that on this Linux yet. There was a recent update. There was an NVIDIA update. I noticed in my installs that I got, man, it, knock on wood, hasn't messed anything up. There was a OBS update. I'm wondering if it fixed the scene, but switching scenes, I guess that's the issue with it. And the last, I had to completely, yeah, switching scene collections was crashing OBS. I had to completely refresh OBS, reinstall the plugin, and like rebuild my scenes. Um, and I saw somewhere in a change log that was um, an issue. So hopefully that's fixed. Because yeah, I need if I go to the Mars and do some videos there, I'm gonna need to be able to um, I'm gonna need to be able to switch. See, check this out, sync collection. Go over here. That doesn't go well. Like you can switch and it would completely crash every time. So as we know, I better not mess with that now or anything like that. While OBS is running and streaming. So yeah, we're recording, we're streaming, we're still live, looking good. Let's head on back over to the workbench. I'm going to go ahead and shut this back down. Let's do a poll. Is it going to try to update? Um, so let's go back over here. Um, see, like there's a shutdown button down here in Windows. I could have just done it from there, but I can't see it. Go over there to do it. It's just such a pain. It's such a nice laptop, and it's just such a pain to not have the full screen. There might be some tricks I can do, especially with Linux and Fedora Linux, like be able to like do some tricks and like clip, and especially with NVIDIA. Probably do on Windows too. Probably more so in Windows. Like shrink it down. But I just want the screen. I'm gonna see if I can fix it. All right, and of course, as if I have the super secret password here. Um, okay, so you're not even done all that time you've been sitting there, and you're not even like fully booted. Okay. Oh, yeah, so you're gonna pull this on me, really? This whole gag. I really don't want to use my mouse and keyboard right now. Got it. constantly trying to get you, nagging at you. Oh my God, this is why, folks. This is why we're working on this project here. Like, you're just giving me so much ammo. Yeah, I just said, oh, Rebecca. They back you up anyway. They take your stuff. Um, yeah, so thanks for giving me access back to my PC. Now can we proceed? Oh my God, it's like, oh my God. So yeah, so if it is a cable issue, I think it's up further into the screen. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to shut it down. Let's button this thing back up. Thank you for letting me shut down my computer, Microsoft. Let's see how long it's going to take. It wasn't too bad. It's still not fully shut down. Is it going to? I think that was an issue. Yeah, there's updates. That's another one. There's an issue. Like you tell us to shut down after the updates, and then you walk away, and then you come back, and then like your computer's restarted. It didn't shut down. Restarted. Okay, so I think that light's on there. Second power charging right on there. Okay, so I head them back over to the workbench, and we'll button this thing back up. I'm going to put some more protective tape around that cable, re-snake it around where it was, plug it back in once again, button it back together. I'm not going to worry about the fans that are cooling right now. It's 1 a.m. I guess I'm a an night owl apparently. Audio issues I was wanting to get into. Yeah, of course, last minute audio issues as usual when I was starting the stream. Man, like things like, well, it was like I finally figured I was like, why can't I hear anymore? Like apps get muted. See, there's a little icon here. Like I think you can just click that and it somehow accidentally. And then when I was streaming with the Maris that happened, I couldn't hear Discord. I was like, what is going on? And I finally looked. There was an icon there. There was like a red X down there. Um, that the app was muted. And then I was thinking like right click and say mute, mute, and then finally it started. I was like, oh my God, at least that's easy. But how did it happen in the first place? So I must have accidentally done it somehow or clicked it or a key combo somewhere. So yeah, let's do that. Um, we'll head back over to the workbench and in just a moment here. Grab my phone. Big smoke break time. Well, I thought it was going to be a Merry Christmas with that. But it still could be. It can still work on the. I kind of didn't want to work on the installs with the screen like that. Yeah, I can plug in the external monitor. Sometimes it doesn't come up on the reinstall on the second monitor during the installation process. And of course, there's probably going to be some button that I can't see or get access to over there to proceed. I'm going to get stuck. So I'm thinking the best course of action is no action. I think I'm just going to see if I can get parts. Because yeah, I don't want to completely dig into this thing and Did it not work at all? So yeah, oh yeah, let's play some happy music. This was gonna be my victory music, but I'm playing it anyway. It's kind of a victory. I mean, but it's kind of cool for like copyright-free music. Uh, let's see, I didn't got a screw. These little, I think these little screws were. Yeah, I have an organization scheme here. It's off camera. I have this magnetic mat with the screws on it. Very handy, very handy. I try to keep track of what screws goes where. I strive to put the same exact screws in the same exact spots. Can be perfect 100% of the time, but I strive to. This stems from like doing automotive work, dirty work. Different bolts sometimes have different levels of like corrosion and stuff like that. And I just find that it's easier to try to strive to put the same bolt screws, nuts and stuff back in the same original spot. It just seems like things go easier. But I can see from this angle here on these screws. Apparently, I see the blue on them. I see. I'm gonna think how this magnetic. I see blue streaks on these things. They have it's not HSEs. It's the opposite. It's thread lock. It has thread lock. They have thread lock on them. They really don't want you cracking open your laptop that you own. You know, putting specialty T5 torques and things like that. But yeah, they can't have you repairing laptops. Yeah, speaking of, I was watching Lewis Rosman the other day. He was doing a live stream from his car. Lewis Rosman, the repair advocate, and he's so cool. He was streaming from his car and listening to music, like heavy metal music, good music. Anyway, even though it was copyrighted, and then but he was streaming. I guess he was driving streaming from his car, and with um, text to voice chat. But it's pretty cool. He even answered some of my chatted question he answered. Um, but eventually the stream ended for violating policies. Yeah, he's playing copyright music. I guess they'll end your stream if you're doing it. Okay, we got this going on. Without further ado, I'm not even going to bother with this keyboard. I got access here. I am gonna hit the power key, drain and hold it. Maybe drain any residual power out of the board. Let me get this connector. Make sure it's in view here. I should just move my camera or like, because the critical it's on the side. I like it on that side. It looks like I'm looking at it. But anyway, let me get this back into view. And so I'm just going to take this back off so that I have access to, man, that thing makes it easy to put on, but like pull on me, I don't want to, it looks like it's going to pull apart. Man, those things look, that looks delicate. Man, should I even? Yeah. Let me see if I can give it some help. Get out of there, you son of a me. There we go. Man, this wasn't made to do this very many times. Just a strange, fragile looking connector. I mean, It almost has to be the problem. I'm thinking up in the screen somewhere, wherever it's snaked, it got binded again. Should I even bother? I mean, I'm just gonna do what I can do. So I got this piece of tape. I'm just gonna do what I can do. I just feel like I should at least do something. Oh, I got it. I'll probably be at least accomplishing something. At least I know. Um, I know more than I didn't know before. Wrap this around. Let's just give it a little extra protection. I'm thinking. That's about all I'm going to be able to get on there. It's like doing surgery. Alright, so I got a little more protection on there so it sneaks around. It rests on that hinge. It might have not even go back since I got this tape on. So it goes around this pin and then around this tab. I might not even be able to get it back in there. Should I even bother? Is that necessary for that for that to go that way? Yeah, I mean, keeps it, I think, a little more secure. Keeps the thing from popping. I mean, I might have to take this tape off. I was afraid of that. I might be making some progress here. I might have done more harm than good. So I'll just take that tape back off. I'm just uncomfortable with it being so tight. I might just take it off. can't even find where it starts. Man, what do I got myself into? No, I'm like, geez, should I even take it back home? I don't know. I mean, I can cut, so I don't want to accidentally cut the. Okay, okay, hope I shed some shed some light on the situation here. There's the at the end, I think, right there. Where's the decrease? Yeah, I think that's the end right there. Yeah, I just want to get this taken off. There. Yeah, I think I should just take it off. Part of me wants to leave it on. I did a good job with it. I don't want to take it off now, but I also don't like that tight squid around. I feel like this is supposed to be a little movement there or something. I don't know. Now, what I really should be doing is, if I had the whole cable off, like put tape around the whole cable, or tape around, I don't know. Maybe the bad spots or the fragile spots, but yeah, I'm just gonna take it. Like it's not punctured all the way through, but you can just tell it's like been squeezed and like they should have made a better way to protect it. I did a good tape job. I didn't want to come off. I need to take it back off since I did such a good job. It's too late now. There we go. It's coming. There we go. Like I said, it's like doing surgery, man. Alright, so that was a good idea, but so yeah, you can see strain. It goes over like this hinge, comes back around. It goes around that pin there, and now it goes in real nice and smooth. Comes around that tab. I am gonna put some more tape down, like there where there's already like a little bit of piece of tape. So we're gonna plug this back in, and look at operation here. I'm gonna have to get me a magnifying kit for this kind of stuff. Ooh, that started to rip on me a little bit. Man, I hope I didn't damage it. Man, what a pain. Alright, I think we're in. But I kind of pulled on it, but didn't want to go. It's just a man. Yeah, so I'm just gonna look for parts of variability. tape doesn't want to stick anymore. Or this tape. It's kind of like tape. So yeah, what we're going to do. I'm going to have to test this too again with this off and see if I didn't damage it before I put it back together. I'm going to plug it back in, test it. So I might be able to just go with one piece of tape there. Oh, maybe I should do two. Let's just roll with one piece. And I'm just going to head there. And I don't want to interfere with the power button. So I might take a little off that. Beautiful. I'm ready to make sure this thing, I think it wants to be flat. Might be something pointed down too up here. But there was like that little strip of tape like on it. So maybe that hasn't ever been taken off. I don't know. Oh, all right. I gotta see if I broke it or fixed it. And I can probably start putting this thing back together. I'll let you guys see with me. You guys can watch with me. What are we looking at, by the way? Anybody wants to join my stream? All right, more truth. Ladies and gentlemen, where is it? There it is. There's the bastard. Probably the same thing. It's kind of scary because the screen doesn't come on at first, and you don't know if you broke it. Come on, baby. Yeah. So it's still got the flicker, of course. But then it works still. So, alright. So, I'm just going to button this thing back up. And I can't wait. I mean, I do have OBS Studio on this thing, like in Windows. I would have to like import my scenes inside. But I mean, it's a Linux series, and I want to stick with Linux. I really want to stick with the Linux. I'm known for like being able to get things run in Linux. Like I have a knack for that. Getting software to run in Linux. Um I used to um take software that runs on Windows and Windows Server and like port it over to Linux and things like that. So I'm really known, I'm kind of known for that, and I kind of want to stick with it. So I think I might end up. The reason why I want to reinstall Windows is I have a feeling even if I was able to shrink the drive, I don't. I, I'm thinking it might not shrink as much as I need to, like more than half. And I just think it's time for a fresh install anyway. Um, the, the boys when they had this Fortnite gaming, they could have possibly put some questionable stuff in here too, and like sometimes it has some annoying pop-ups. I don't know. I think it's ready for a refresh anyway. It's not like I'm going to be using Windows at probably not even at all, or any more than um, next year. Need to stop updating. So let's shut this thing back down. We'll button her back up. We will head back over to the workbench momentarily. Turning the power back off. I'm done doing that just to make just as a good measure. It's just a good habit. And um, I should have taken this keyboard off, but I like to probably put some stress on those. I got that tape there pretty good. I reseated the memory, cleaned out the fans as much as I could with air. I'm still curious about the other side if there's access to the fans, so I can like completely dust them off. But I think nobody is. They just completely had the heat sink on. Yeah, I'm just gonna put this thing back together. So I know more now than I did not know before. It's kind of, I almost would say it's easier to open up than the G751 over there. Because that one, there's like a couple, there's a thing on the back you got to take off, and it's kind of awkward. It's got cable, delicate cables that are too short, and like audio speaker cable. So this thing just kind of went back together pretty well. Okay, so about these fans. Oh yeah, I would need to. Oh yeah, you need to take the disconnect them and everything. So I don't really think that this is supposed to be access from here, even though you would think like you take this off and you're like, well, what was that for? I don't have access to anything. Um, but I still don't know what this one cable thing is here. It's kind of weird. Weird spot. Interesting. Oh, that's kind of. It almost looks like something's plugged in, but it looks like looks like it plugged in down there and it's coming out. Whatever it is. Like it looks like a slot. And here, see the pins? Um, has the thing been dropped? I mean, there's no like. I mean, it is kind of dented here, but I thought it was from someone taking it apart. I wouldn't say dent, but kind of like pulled. I wouldn't say it was dropped or dropped hard. I'm just thinking that the cable, the string on those cables, there's cheeky enough from opening and closing it. Strains those cables when they have just really everything in here is just so compact and tight in here. I mean, I wouldn't have bought this thing for like the thinness. The deal breaker would have been that it didn't have built-in network, built-in Ethernet. So like, I was like, well, it's not worth it to be that. It's not that. I mean, there's thinner laptops. The thinness is not the selling point. Yeah, I can see like right here too, where someone would like pride right here. It looks like it has to be. Like, what else would it be dented there? I don't think if it was dropped, there would be like bigger scuff marks or something. I don't know. That's just, it's a mystery to me. Sometimes you take a chance when you buy something that's been pre-owned. But like, I got such a good deal on this thing, I couldn't pass it up. Like, if anything, it's a great. I can plug into an external monitor, and it's a great system. Um, for it. I basically had it tucked away when the boys were playing Fortnite. It was just easily tucked out of the way behind the monitor. So it's kind of like a PC in a way that you got to plug into the monitor and the keyboard and mouse. If anything, it would be good for that. It's like a streaming multimedia backup. It's just not good to like take on the go to have an issue like that. But I did take it when we did some streams because um, I'm going to clean off this panel. Because in case I needed it as another streaming, I was thinking Windows wouldn't let me put all of the like 3 cameras in because there's like a limitation on how many USB ports like you use at a time and stuff or something. I was thinking, man, I might have to end up using this laptop to stream one of their cameras over NDI or something. But I didn't have to end up doing that because Linux happily took the all of the cameras. And yeah, I can ran out of USB ports. 4 USB ports on the. I think this one has 4 as well. Yeah, on both of the laptops, 4 USB ports, HDMI. Uh, my original Fonda has network Ethernet. This one has either a Thunderbolt, I think. And this one has the headset, the tip ring sleeve headset. The G751 has it separate. I like them. I like it to have a separate mic audio file. I like to have a separate mic and headset. And it also has like an input too, like a traditional PC. But sometimes it's handy to have, if you have a headset, just to have the one jack. So let's see, this has these tabs, these things that like slide. This is where like the slide thing comes into play. So, anything else I need to do? I need to put the screws back in before I put that on. That's all screws, at least. So, what's wrong with that? So yeah, I'm going to look into the availability of parts. This thing ratchets. Can be a pain sometimes. Honestly, the ratchet portion has never been handy. It's always a nuisance because I have to always figure out how to switch it. Let me turn some music back on. I don't care. It's like the same music. Maybe. I don't care. I just want to hear something. Eventually, I'll set up some better music and then maybe put some copyright on Twitch at least. I want to hear some, yeah, some good copyrighted music. I don't know. I think I'm kind of liking these torque screws. Because the Phillips heads, like when they're these small, there's a tendency to strut, especially if you don't have exactly the right Phillips. And these seem like they are just nice and tight, and they're not going to strip on you. Let's see, I'm going to do these. I like to go inside out. It's another thing that stems from automotive. We have already lost the screw motors. Yeah, there may be a missing screw. It probably would have. Oh well, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Because I had it like over here, like over the screws. Anyway. So yeah, here. Yeah, I do kind of like the torques. Like it feels like I can properly use it without feeling like it's going to strip. I'm going to go edges. Alright, I think it's time to put the cover back on. This is just awkward. Very awkward. Where does that clip onto? That pin, that head. Very awkward. Awkward. That wouldn't feel like it. Yeah. There we go. I think it just feels like it's not really seated. Okay, it has these clips in there. Okay. Is that it? I got it. So, I think I lost the screw though. All the precautions and admit I lost the screw. I had to on the ground because so I had the laptop over here, kind of moving it around, snapping all these screws. Oh. It's probably on the floor. I have some backup, thinking backup screws. Pull up somewhere, I gotta find them. And storage for like, I even got some laptop ones, like tiny ones. Let me take a look, see if I fell. Oh boy, like I would ever find it. Yeah, I might look around later, see if I find it. That's crazy though. I can't believe I lost this screw. It was sloppy up me. I'll look on later. See if I find it on the inside. Over there. There's more light. Yeah, because I remember I was just trying to drop down over here and it was on my screws. The one could have gone in. I kind of thought that. Anyway, let's work with what we got for now. Like I said, it's probably coming back apart. If I can find a cable, I think I saw like a cable, just the cable. I'm like, AliExpress, pretty cheap. I've never ordered from this Chinese place. I don't know. Honestly, every time I've ordered something from Chinese, yeah, it might take a while. I've never done Temu. All that stuff is like scammy. I don't know. Honestly, I like some of the Chinese shops. They have like a bunch of stuff, like esoteric stuff, like no other place has. Like stuff like a screen cable for this. I don't know if it's manufactured. See, this is stripping on me. This is close. You gotta make sure you have like the exact right one. It's too small. Let's see what the strip on here. I don't even tighten it that much. Alright, come back on soon. So yeah, listen, screwed up the end of the world. Let me see if the thing over there. Well, that's kind of a gimmick with this thing. Yeah, like that's cool. The thing opens up. Like I would just think it's a gimmick. And I don't think it's worth all that. For like the thinness. Because like I said, it's still large. Like if you have a bag, you still need like a rather large laptop bag for this to slip into. Yeah, it's easier to slip into than the G751, but I kind of feel like the feel of it is fine. But I mean, sacrificing the Ethernet port for like living a little bit, then it just doesn't work. That right there, right there. Plus, they just didn't do a good enough job. The cables are burning up. Apparently, I think I was reading it's kind of a combination of these things, the screen doing that. Like this 86 beat. Alright, guys. Let's take it back. I'll get back in, making sure it's from last time. And we can call it a day. Alright. Put back in. Well, yeah, the screen works. Well, now it works. See, so it like if it flickers off, yeah, see, it does that. Like it'll work, and then as soon as it like reboots or refresh or changes graphics modes or whatever, boom, there goes. Or it'll be working, and then like you shut the screen and open it back up, and like every time like the power to like the GPU comes on or something, it seems like when that happens. So I don't know, maybe it's not the cable, but I just think it's the cable. So, but we really didn't make progress on it, but I think I know a little bit more. I'm thinking if I get another cable, I can do more of a deeper repair. I can take off the heat sinks, repaste. I can. Let me switch back to Pro Audio, baby. So I'm back over here for the day. So we're going to.
And back on there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Grr, baby, grr. See, such a difference, and it's wonderful. I almost, good thing I got the 4-port audio interface. I talked myself into getting instead of the 2-port. But even if I just got the 2-port, I was gonna run another mic over there on the workbench table, and I just decided to use the headset. I just wanted to test out like the mobility of the headset. The mobility of it in OBS Studio isn't very reliable. So you go into settings here. Go to the audio. This is the BXI Parrot, but I don't know why. Sometimes the Bluetooth says the button. But let's say I turn my headset off, like while OBS is running, not necessarily streaming or recording, just running. And you turn it back on. It's a Bluetooth speaker. So OBS doesn't. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So down here in the audio, like I can turn off the headset, turn it back on, and you would think, oh, it's working, and it doesn't. There is a workaround. I think if you go into here, like say you're streaming and you don't want to restart your stream, sometimes it'll let you know, like if it's unavailable. But that's not good enough. It doesn't work when it's reconnected. So you can just change it back to disable, and you can put it back on the headset, and then it works. At least at one time that I did it without having to restart OBS. Sometimes it's kind of a pain to restart OBS because like it doesn't lay everything out exactly like you have it, like everything resized. It's just a pain. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Still had to restart it after I ran OBS. I ran VLC to do a test video. I had to restart OBS because it complains that there's not enough graphic memory and VIC memory, even though you've closed VLC by then, But for some reason, so work around that. You always have to restart it and um, then start your stream. So it's like you get a fresh start of OBS most of the time in here, at least in Fedora, to get for it to work. Let's see. I was going to mention another. Yeah, hotkeys still won't work if OBS is not in focus. But I mean that it's not quite at the level yet to where I would say it's a reliable streaming. Like I said, the same thing as the last video I tried to get on earlier was having issues, audio issues, um, and things. I wouldn't call it like a reliable enough rig yet until I go in and fix some of these things and get more experience with it later. I think it's capable of being a reliable, just works to go to streaming rig. I would be a little bit nervous about doing any updates before you go into stream. I would not do that. I would just pass on the updates until you have more time before a stream. You never know what's going to happen. Sometimes OBS, and I just do the command line guy. I just come in here, sudo dnf update. Let's see if I did one earlier, so there might not be one. But that's how I do it. Sometimes the updates reminder comes in the taskbar. I don't like to do it from there. Look, we have some updates within the past, 2 or 3 hours here. Network Manager, Blender, IBUS. Some things that could potentially mess something up. So this is, I wouldn't do these updates if I had an upcoming stream. Java, RetroArch. Oh, yeah, I got RetroArch to work and play a ROM, Mario Kart 64. It works. I'd like to stream the run through of it sometime. I don't want to watch it here with OBS running streaming, but it's interesting. I was trying to upscale it, the graphics, like make it streamable on HD. That is where I was having the problem. So, but it launches it, you know. I think I did try another game or two because I was having trouble with Mario Kart. So let's see, RetroArch updates, rusts. IBUS, I think that's like the desktop communications. I mean, nothing too scary. But I'm going to decline politely. I was just curious to see if there's any updates. So, all right, what else? Yeah, I talked about the OBS scene switching. I'm not going to try it right now. Something to try later. See if it worked in the previous. There was an update a couple days ago. I'm running the OBS from Fedora repositories. Yeah. If you keep having issues, thinking about trying the Flatpak version. I read that you can have them side by side, at least according to Google AI. You can run them side by side, or not like at the same time, but it's all on the same system. All right. So yeah, I was just winging it today. Thanks for checking out my video. I would like to get another instance of OBS running on some system. I would like to on this system. I don't know. I really would like to get that screen issue fixed. If I got it fixed, I could spin up Fedora on this thing, OBS. Then I can just share the screen from this one over to that one, so I can do whatever I want on here and demonstrate whatever. Look at the pointer again. Yeah, see something. There's like something that makes the pointer. I'm moving around. It's like giant. Like I don't know if that's a feature or a bug. I don't know if it's some new feature, but I don't like it. Like, can you not like enlarge my pointer for me at some time? I don't need that. I don't want that. I think it's a bug. Yeah, got Steam installed. I think I launched a game like Sonic All Stars Racing. Wouldn't mind running through that. Um, just keep moving along, fixing things as I go, making a list. When you're working on a system like this, take notes of what you're doing because you never know when you're going to have to reinstall and do it again. And it's just nice to keep notes that you can refer to. Um, yeah, otherwise, great system here. Oh, wow, we've been streaming for 2.5 hours. It's time to move on. Time to roll. 2 o'clock in the morning. Not really any viewers now. But, hey, I think we had some fun here. It seemed like there was something else. Something. Oh, yeah. Weird thing with OBS. So if you do a reboot of your computer, this is Fedora, latest Fedora version 43 running KDE desktop, at least. And on the system, the first time you launch OBS, it fails. There's like one message and the D message. It's about graphics trap or something issue, but all you have to do is just wait till that's done, launch it again, and then the dialog comes up. Do you want to run in safe mode or run normally? Just hit run normally, then it starts up fine. So weird. So at least it only happens the first time. Then um, then it works. So that's strange quirk you got to deal with, but it reliably does end up running. So it's not like an intermittent, nothing like an intermittent issue. But I just hate the intermittent issues. So, all right. Well, yeah, I think it does it for this stream. Like I said, I would like to I'd love to demonstrate some more stuff. Maybe do some more gaming on this. I hope that inspires somebody or entertains somebody. But I think we can call it a day. So, everyone, thanks for watching, liking, and subscribing. As always, stay safe out there. Keep an eye on. We got some more things to do. Got some more demonstrations to do on this Fedora installation, software-defined radio stuff. Dealing with the hardware issues here. Would love to get me a dedicated streaming. Then I can just demonstrate any and all I want on here without risking crashing OBS. All right. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Stay safe out there. Thanks for watching.